So, Spider-Man Far From Home. Well, not far enough. Or maybe, yes, very far from actual Spider-Man. We still are just not going to get Spider-Man. I guess we got 2 movies out of Raimi that were good, and that's it. And so needless to say, I didn't like it. There was a lot of opinion early on of people who'd seen it, who said, well, it's better than the first one. And I don't think so. Not by much. It's kind of the same. Boy, I tell you, you got to plow through a lot of this Disney teen soap opera / sitcom crap. And, oh, God, is it annoying. Oh, man, it's so much of it. And I just don't care. Oh, jeez. Oh. Okay, so the third act is where it gets good. And once again, like in the other movie, the Homecoming movie, the villain has to save the show. And this is no different here. Mysterio saves the movie such that it is. Jake Gyllenhaal, good actor. He proves that here. And he's able to play this lying bastard that Mysterio is, and it's good. That part of it and the plot and all that fits in, and it weaves into the overall MCU story and all that stuff, including Endgame and all that, and makes good use of it, and that's all good. And there's some scenes there which is very classic Spider-Man, like when he would have to go up against Mysterio, because what's Mysterio all about? Yes, lying and illusion. You know, nothing is real. You can't tell if it's real. Suddenly it is. Uh-oh, and you're dead, you know. And they just suddenly, yeah, he's got spider sense. All they call it Peter sense. Tee-hee, or Peter Tingle, rather. Tee-hee, get it? Tee-hee, yeah. Yeah, and Aunt May, huh? Well, yes, the hottest Aunt May we've ever had, but she's not supposed to be that. And this Aunt May is more like an older sister to Peter than anything else, and just doesn't really give a damn. She's just giggling and laughing and flirting with Happy and all that. Yeah, that's just stupid. Yes, the villain saves the day. And also, once again, like the previous movie, the real hero is Iron Man. Who, of course, is dead. Spoilers if you didn't see Endgame. Tony Stark died at the end. Although we do get a brief appearance of zombie Iron Man, thanks to Mysterio. See, Mysterio really brings the goods. And so the whole plot and a lot of the rumors about it, that was just Mysterio's scam about the multiverse and everything. And it's really cruel when he reveals his plot and how he's laughing about it. And of course, people fall for this because they would believe it because of after what they've been through because of Endgame. So there's a brief opening where they do deal with what happened as a result of Endgame, where there's this 5-year gap and all that sort of thing. And it's very brief, and it may be too brief, but I figured they had to move on or whatever. Although if they'd have done more with that rather than give us this damn teenage crap, and just the same repetitive jokes and all that nonsense, then maybe it would have been better. The interesting part about it is that there are elements that they do refer to the comics, where Ned Leeds and Betty Brant do become a couple and get married. Here, of course, they're still kids, but they get together because, cute blonde girls always go for the fat guy. So, that was some flight, huh? So they're a couple, and that's all well and good. Maybe a better way would have been that Betty and Ned, they didn't fade away in Infinity War. They lived on, and they're 5 years older, and they're adults, because in the original comic book series, Betty and Ned are older than Peter. And they could have fixed that, but no, they didn't. Flash is still, I don't know who that kid is. I don't even know why they call him Flash, but it's not Flash. And MJ, of course, is not MJ. And boy, I tell you, look, nice enough girl and everything, but would all these guys be falling over for her? And it's just a bad rendition of Daria. And as I, of course, now first I was going to complain that, you know, she had a secret crush on Peter at the end of Homecoming, and they set that up. But since then, Infinity Wars happened, and so now it's Peter who's pining away for MJ. She still has the crush, you know, we find that out. But now, which he didn't even really notice her that much in the first movie. Now, you know, she's all he thinks about. So that happened off screen. But yeah, who cares? Meanwhile, yes, it's more of another Iron Man movie because unlike the Knight Rider suit, which was just god-awful, that whole element of the other movie, the Homecoming, so they bring that element in again, because I'm thinking, well, at least they won't do that, right? No, they did. Now he has Tony Stark's sunglasses, which, of course, Tony just at some point decided, you know, I'm going to leave that to Peter, even though he's dead, but I'm pretty sure he'll come back once I figure this out. I don't know when he did this, but he did, and leaves it to Peter to take over the Stark technology and use it as a force for good. Of course, he screws it up and ends up giving it to Mysterio, but that's, you know, that's Peter Parker for you. And but boy, yeah, he would do that, wouldn't he? He wouldn't leave it to Pepper Potts, you know, he wouldn't leave it to one of the other Avengers or anything like that. No, to Peter Parker, who he just knew was going to come back from the dead. So there you go. He has Knight Rider sunglasses that talk to him and, you know, can bring drones down and all that. But anyway, that was the plot, of course, because Mysterio is a disgruntled former employee of Tony Stark, and they do a good job of melding him in with that story and what technologies that he was actually responsible for. But Tony Stark took credit for and all that sort of thing. So he's very upset and pissed off, and he wants to create the illusion that Mysterio is the new Iron Man superhero of the world, and he's going to make use of that, and he needed more of Tony Stark's technology, and thanks to stupid Peter Parker, he has full access to it. And so Peter's got to make it all right. And, well, he does. And so the interesting visuals is that a lot of people thought, oh, the Sandman and the Hydro Man's going to be in it and all that, and maybe even the Molten Man or whatever. No, that was just the illusions. I don't know if they would have referred to any of that or what, but yeah. So the action shots, of course, are spectacular. That's all great and everything. But it's not Spider-Man. It just isn't Spider-Man at all. Uncle Ben, remember him? They don't. So they do give you a nice little treat within the end credit scene with J.K. Simmons back as J. Jonah Jameson. Clearly, the man owned the role in the Raimi films, and there's who else could do it? They've been rumors, which are obviously to throw people off, about they were going to change the race of J. Jonah, and they were going to make him a younger man who runs a blog or some crap like that. And instead, no, it's good old J. Jonah Jameson. And of course, already mad at Spider-Man because he received footage that proved that Spider-Man was the actual villain and not Mysterio, which is very typical of J. Jonah Jameson. And it appears that Mysterio from beyond the grave gets revenge on Spider-Man by framing him for his crimes, but also revealing that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Well, so much for Peter Parker working for J. Jonah Jameson. So I guess the next movie will have to go about where Peter will have to figure out a way to fool people into thinking he wasn't Spider-Man at all. Maybe something like that, if they'll even bother. I don't know. And then the other one, the Skrulls. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it wasn't Nick Fury and Maria Hill. No, that was the Skrulls. And so another illusion, huh? Yeah. So, oh boy, does that mean Secret Empire or Secret Invasion? I mean, that's, God help us, not Secret Empire. I don't know, because there's still the silly Skrulls, you know. So just a little more crap left over from Captain Marvel. So, yeah, I don't really care. Maybe it's a setup, who knows, for that. But yeah, It's just this is Disney Spider-Man. It's not Sony Spider-Man, and it's not Marvel Spider-Man. It's Disney Spider-Man. You got Marvel Iron Man and Captain America and Thor, but then when Disney bought it, well, oh, there had to be some changes. So there you go, Spider-Man Far From Home, and boy, is it. Spider-Man Far From Spider-Man. But there it is. So if you still feel excited about it, well, good for you. There's the Spider-Man. The action shots are good. They are. Yeah. That's about it. All right. Thank you for watching and listening. Say, why not like and subscribe and take a look at that link in the description below. That'll take you to my many stores that have plenty of goodies for you.